This quick video is going to explain how to install a compression angle stop shutoff valve on copper. First thing you want to do is shut off the water to the house and drain the water lines. Next, you want to disconnect the fixture and just drain it into a bucket. You want to get as much water out as possible before you cut the old angle stop off. Make sure you cut it in a spot where you leave enough space in case you make a mistake, but you don't want to choose too close to the old angle stop in case there's like solder or something. You want to make sure the pipe's completely rounded so you have a good seat for your new angle stop. We use a hacksaw to cut the copper in the video, but you can use any tool really, multi-tool, circle cutters for copper or special copper cutters, just as long as you don't mess up the roundness of the pipe. And if there's any burrs or sharp edges at the end, you may have to sand it or clean it up a little or deburr it before you put on your angle stop. But our hacksaw cuts it pretty clean, so we're just going to go ahead and put the new nut on and the new ferrule for our compression angle stop. If you have trouble getting the new nut and ferrule on there, it can help if you hold the nut with channel locks and kind of twist as you're trying to turn it on. And sometimes you can kind of gently tap the ferrule as we do in the video to help get it on. But if you're having a lot of trouble, you may have to clean up the copper pipe a little better and sand it down a little at the end or deburr it, because it could be some burrs or something affecting it. But if you absolutely can't get it on, then you may have to cut the copper again. You might have messed up the roundness of it at the end. Once you get the compression nut and ferrule onto the pipe, you're going to smear a bunch of pipe joint compound all over the brass ferrule. Now, sometimes the nut might not slip back far enough to get the ferrule out where you can easily get the pipe joint compound onto it. If that's the case, just smear a bunch of pipe joint compound all in between the nut and the ferrule as much as you can. As long as you just don't get any in the actual pipe, you should be fine. Now, if any gets in the pipe, just use your fingers or a tool of something to kind of get it out of there so there's no pipe joint compound in the actual pipe. Next, you're going to bring the angle stop onto the pipe. Make sure the angle stop pushes on all the way, and then you're going to pull the nut to the angle stop and go ahead and tighten the compression nut onto the angle stop. Make sure the angle stop stays pushed on all the way when you're tightening the nut. You don't want it to slip off and not be far enough on the pipe. Once you've tightened the compression nut completely by hand, then you want to make sure you hold the angle stop with a pair of channel locks or pliers of some sort, and then use a second pair of channel locks or pliers to tighten the nut. In the video, I use a pair of pliers at first, and then I'm going to use a special angle stop tool that is made specifically for tightening angle stops like this. This is a 1/2 inch compression at the wall to a 3/8 compression going to the fixture. This tool I'm using here is a Rigid brand product called a one-stop wrench. I'm going to put all the product links and tool links in the description so you can easily find them. And I recommend getting this wrench right here if you're replacing a lot of angle stops that have a 3/8 outlet, because it comes in two pieces. One piece goes into the top where the 3/8 is, and the other piece goes onto the larger nut that tightens it at the wall. You can basically use these two pieces to pull against each other and tighten the compression nut. It's important to note that you want to use the 3/8 nut and ferrule on the top when you insert the top piece through, so you don't mess up the threads where your supply line's going to have to connect. But basically, you want to tighten these two together until the angle stop won't freely spin on the copper pipe anymore. It's kind of hard when you're new at this to tell where to stop, but one trick is to just tighten it until it won't spin off the pipe easily. You make sure it's not going to move when you try to turn it with your hand. And then you could always have two people where one of you turns on the water and the other just kind of stays there and makes sure nothing goes wrong. If you turn on the water and it has a small little seep, you can always try tightening it just a little more and see if that stops the seeping. Then you're free to turn on the water all the way and flush out the water line. You want to flush it for a few moments into a bucket, because as you can see, I'm getting a bunch of dirty water, and you don't want this to go up into your faucet or your toilet. But after you flush it out, go ahead and connect your fixture, and you're done. We really appreciate watching our video. If you're not subscribed, you should subscribe now, because we like to share videos like this all the time, help you out with the plumbing in your home. If you're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, any of that, we're on every social media platform, so you should follow us there. But again, thanks for watching, and if you have any questions or anything at all, feel free to leave a comment. But thanks again, and hopefully we see you soon. Have a good one.